Greetings, friends. I'm Dr. Jim Berger, the interim pastor here at Chapel by the Sea on Fort Myers Beach. Well, actually, we're at Chapel by the Sea uh, at Cypress Lake Presbyterian Church because we're meeting off the beach now since the hurricane has destroyed our building. But I want to talk to you a little bit about us as Chapel by the Sea. When people ask you what church you belong to, you can say, I go to Chapel by the Sea, or maybe you want to say, I'm a Chapel by the Seer. So you identify with who we are as a congregation, because our identity as a congregation is very much tied to the island, to Fort Myers Beach. And our ministry is bigger than our beloved building. As much as we love that wonderful facility, it's gone. And we're seeking our new ministry and our future. What's our new ministry going to be like? When Reverend Don Jaffords led the chapel to construct that building back in 1982 to 85, there were almost 1,200 members in the congregation. They lived all up and down the island. Families lived all over Fort Myers Beach. There's almost none today. So the whole context of our ministry out there has changed dramatically in the 28, 30 years since Don led that effort. And we have 170 members, so we have to adjust our vision for our next building and for our mission. Without families living on that island, we have to think in terms of how do we reach out to retirees, to seasonal renters or seasonal residents, and what's it going to look like? Because we have property on both sides of Chapel Street. We are land rich out there. How do we transition from being the big facility we had to a new facility that addresses a totally different audience than we had in 1985. Our focus has been on missions from the very beginning. Chapel has been known and recognized for its work in missions. God's Table and all the ministries that went with it there on site. Mission Peniel and Mission Guadalupe out in Immokalee. Recently at our presbytery meeting, which met here at Cypress Lake Presbyterian Church a few weeks ago, Reverend Miguel Estrada, the pastor at Mission Peniel, said that Chapel by the Sea has been the most consistent and loyal supporter of the Mission Peniel of all the churches in the presbytery. It was a very, very gratifying thing for us to hear. What's our mission going to look like as we move forward? Right now, we're trying to figure out how we get the debris off our vacant lot and get it fenced in. We're waiting on permits from the city, and we want to secure our building. We want to get the big cross in the front of the sanctuary made to resemble a ship's mast in the aftermath of a shipwreck. We want to recover the window on the chancel, which was the core sailing ship from the center of the original dolphin window that was destroyed by Charlie in 2004. And we're going to take down our giant dolphin window and secure that. Our contractor's ready to go. We're just waiting on permits. But more than that, I need you to be dreaming and thinking. Advent is a time of looking forward, of anticipating what God's going to do. And remember, God says to us in Revelation 21, behold, I am doing a new thing. I am making all things new. And that's what we have to look at. Our ministry as a chapel is going to be totally new, totally different from what we were before. So as God is making all things new, let him renew you and create a new vision in your heart and your mind as we move ahead to be the people on the beach, the Chapel by the Seers, because we are seeking God's will and God's guidance for us as we walk forward. Advent's a good time to think about this. Then again, every season is a good time to think about where God calls us to go, who God calls us to be, and what God calls us to do. Keep that in your mind as we continue on through the weeks of Advent and as we remember again God's faithfulness to us. See, I am making all things new, declares the Lord. Revelation chapter 21. God bless you. And I look forward to seeing you on Sunday morning, 9 o'clock for the contemporary service, 11 o'clock for the traditional service here at Cypress Lake Presbyterian Church. Pastor Eddie Bellis and myself are co-leading everything. And I'll be preaching this week. And next week is our Christmas cantata at the 11 o'clock service. Both choirs will be participating. Both bell choirs will be participating. I will preach at the contemporary service, so join us. And reminder, Christmas Eve is on Saturday night this year, and the services will be at 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And then Christmas morning on Sunday, we will worship at 10 a.m., not 11, 10 a.m., one service, a song service. So please join us for that. My friends, may the peace of the Lord be with you, and remember, behold, I am making all things new, saith the Lord. I'm Dr. Jim Berger, your interim pastor. God bless you, and have a wonderful day.